Hello students, now in this video we will discuss about the differences between the conservative forces and non-conservative forces. So first of all we have to define the definition of the conservative forces. So conservative forces are those forces in which the work done by the body against the force depends only on the initial and the final position of the body. And in non-conservative forces, the work done against the force depend only on the path followed by the body. So if the work done against the body, it is depends only on the path followed by the body, such forces are known as non-conservative forces, and if it is depends only on the initial and the final position of the body, then it is known as conservative forces. So we have to start here the differences between the conservative and the non-conservative forces. So first point is the work done against the force depends only on the initial and the final position of the body. Initial final meaning of the initial final position of the body is that suppose this is the body and this body is it is placed at a certain height. When it is lifted from the position 1 to the another position 2, so suppose h height is lift up from its initial position, so it does not depend upon by which the bodies move from the point 1 to the point 2. Means it does not depend upon the path by which path the body is displaced from the point 1 to the point 2, but it is only dependent on the initial and the final position of the body. Okay, now the work done against the force depends only on the path followed by the body. Means path followed by means the body, this is the one way to pull the body from the one position to the other position for the same height. Suppose this is the body 1 and it may be that is displaced from the point 1 to the next point 2 through the staircases like this, and when the body is reached here, it means it will be reached at the point number 2. So here we have to find out the work done at the point W1, then W2, then W3 at every step, and we added these work done, then we can find out the total work done. So this is the method in which the work done depends on the path followed by the body. Means work done against the force by the body depends on the path followed by the body. Here is the path is direct path from the point 1 to the point 2. Here is path through the staircases. So there are two types of paths here. So if the work done against the force depends on the path followed by the body, that is known as non-conservative forces. But if the work done against the force depends only on the initial and the final position, maybe initial and this final position of the body, say height is same, that is equal to h, then that is known as conservative force. Now next thing is the work done against the force does not depend upon the path followed. So it's a converse point of this, and here is we have to write the work done against the force does not depend on the initial and final position of the body. Now for example is the gravitational force is the example of the conservative force. Similarly, the frictional force is the example of the non-conservative force. So this is the differences between the conservative and the non-conservative forces. Now next definition is what is power. So definition of power is the rate of doing work by a body is known as power, and it is denoted by P. So the formula can be written as simply the power P will be equal to work done by the body divided by the time taken. Similarly, P is equal to W upon T, and its unit is joule per second, that will be equal to watt. In terms of the instantaneous value, the power P can be written as dW upon dt. Similarly, we know that W is equal to F dot S in vector notation. F vector dot S vector, when this W is replaced by F dot S, and find the differentiation of this with respect to T. So F is taken as a constant value, so we have to differentiate the ds over dt, and we know that this ds upon dt, that will be equal to the velocity, so it is replaced by here the velocity. So P is equal to force into velocity F dot V. So F dot V can be written as Fv cos theta. So it is another formula in which we can write the relation between the power, force and velocity when the body makes some angle theta with the line of action of force. So this is the definition of power. Now I hope that you have to understand the definition and the differences between these two. Okay, thank you very much.